box represent Solomon Island people say. We people start originally from my homeland. Like my old man said, there's nothing impossible. So we have to bring this message to my brother lyrical. Straight from the crew, out to the blue. We represent the voices of my ancestors calling. And I was getting more than my culture is calling. Now we have a step up for the past 20 calling.
Now wasn't stop, ain't nobody gonna stop us. People, everybody, would you listen to us for a start? No point complaining in this we partaking. We represent the cause of the ones falling. We resemble true art when we bust the line.
Previously on Delos. We left the awesome Ocean View Marina, picked up some new crew, and started exploring some amazing Filipino islands and anchorages. After chilling out at General Luna for another few days, we decided it was time to move on. Our plan was to head directly west, right through the center of the Philippines, using the same route taken by the Spanish galleons centuries ago. So we hoisted sail in the light breeze and got on the move again. Our destination was the central Visayas, and most probably an island called Bohol that we'd heard some pretty cool stuff about. It was supposed to be a touristy island of sorts, and since New Year's was fast approaching, we were keen for a good party. And then suddenly we saw these guys, who from a distance looked remarkably like a sailing dinghy from a resort. That is, until they hailed us on the radio and asked for our assistance. Apparently they were two French dudes circumnavigating on a 21-footer. Can you believe that? A 21-footer. They left Papua New Guinea weeks ago and drifted through the same passage in the light breeze we are seeing. They were out of just about everything, including food and fuel for their outboard, so we turned Delos around and rafted up to see if we could give them a hand.
Thank you. No worries. We're trying to go. No wind at all.
No wind today.
And since we are sailing from Papua New Guinea, we have no gasol.
Yeah.
No food anymore, so we'd like to reach. Hello.
Hi.
We'd like to reach anchorage here. And,
Yeah.
We still have 1 liter left. So maybe you could help us. We've got some oil if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great. Because we ran out of oil, but we have fuel.
Yeah.
You have fuel, cool.
So it's a good trade.
Where are you heading to?
We don't know. Bohol, I think.
Huh?
Just Bohol.
Bohol? Bohol?
Yeah, the island by Cebu.
We sorted them out with some essentials, like fuel for their outboard, some food and veggies, and most importantly, a few bottles of Filipino brandy and rum to help them deal with the light breeze.
We're just passing the southwestern tip of Bohol. It's boats craziness everywhere. It's like all around us, but it looks really cool, and it's New Year's tonight.
Happy New Year's.
The Philippines has something like 7,107 islands. Imagine that. Over 7,000 freaking islands. So while other land-based countries build roads, the Philippines builds boats. And some really cool ones. You see all kinds of boats in the Philippines, of all shapes and sizes, carrying everything from cars to chickens to people. Welcome to Rush Hour, Filipino style. By far, our favorite boat is the banca, which is sort of a cross between a canoe and a trimaran. But here in the Philippines, it's been taken to a whole new level. You have the single-man banca. No room for pesky friends, family, or luggage. Think sports coupe. Then you have the family cruiser, sort of the normal everyday banca for the family on the go. Then you have the community banca, the equivalent of a bus for you, your friends, and probably everyone else that needs a lift from your village. Of course, there's the working fisherman's banca. Just a bunch of dudes out hollering and having a blast. Such super friendly guys. After dropping their net right across our bow, they sent a small boat over to try and sell us some fish. Nice sales tactic. Last but not least, you have the inner island, turbo diesel powered, super commuter banca that can whisk you and 250 of your closest friends wherever you want to go. Amazing. We arrived in Bohol with just enough time to set the hook and get dressed in our least smelliest clothes for New Year's. We figured since this is a touristy place, we'd head into one of the big resorts for a smashing party. Oh man, did we miss something here? Apparently this was not the place for a rockin' New Year's Eve. It was just Yosha and Martha cutting the rug on the dance floor. Even though the band was giving their all, we decided to bail and have a Delos New Year's in the comfort of our own little floating home. But on the dinghy ride home, something caught our eye, so we went over for a closer look. Bingo. Looks like we found our New Year's bash after all. And it was way cooler than any resort party.
Okay.
Take my hand.
Can I put my foot in it?
Filipino sailors inviting us to party on their cargo ship? Too cool.
Almost New Year. 9 minutes.
It turns out these guys were here to unload something like 55,000 bags of cement from Cebu to help repair the damages from the recent earthquake. We felt right at home.
For New Year's. Let's see him light him off.
Okay.
Oh,
Martha even got a little jiggy with the ship's captain.
So these guys are taking me to the bridge so we can get a better view of everything. Sure. Okay. And this is our New Year's party 2014. Looks like our tender just missed being flooded and sunk by the ship. That would have been bad on the tender.
I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you. God bless. Until I find a way, I will say the only words I know that you understand. Michelle,
After the Tanduay fuzziness wore off, we decided to do a few touristy things on Bohol, so we headed into the interior of the island for a look. It turns out that the recent earthquake here was no joke. Some of the oldest churches and buildings on the island were utterly destroyed. Good thing our new mates on the ship were floating in heaps of cement to help with the repairs. Our first destination was the famous Chocolate Hills of Bohol. They look more like green mounds than chocolate hills to us, though. I guess they get more chocolatey when the vegetation dies during the dry season. Oh well, you can't win them all. Still pretty cool to see, though. Next on the agenda was the butterfly display just down the road. They had some preserved butterfly wings inside of a plate of glass. Apparently their tourist gimmick was to place you at just the right distance, then make you jump. If the picture is taken at the right time, well then you look like a butterfly. Sweet.
This is so exciting. They're like the cutest little monkeys ever with these big eyes and like gecko hands. They're so cool. So we're about to go see them right now.
For me, these little dudes were a mix between creepy and cute. Kind of a tree-climbing gremlin that you might also find crawling out of your toilet at some inopportune moment. Maybe that's just me, though. I have to admit, this one does look pretty cute.
So we're just about to leave Tagbilaran city. Brady's just picking up the anchor and we're on our way to Oslo at the southern end of Cebu Island. It's about 25 miles, so it's only a nice little day sail and we're really super excited. We're gonna go dive with the whale sharks tomorrow, so it's gonna be really good.
On the way out, we decided to buzz by our friends on the cargo ship. One of the most amazing things about cruising is all the people you meet, from all walks of life. how else would we get to spend New Year's with such an awesome group unless we were out here? Chances are our paths would have never crossed. On the other side, my least favorite thing is leaving your new friends behind. That's one of the toughest things for me out here. You meet so many people and have these incredible, intense experiences. But then you must move on with the tides and winds. Sailors, after all, well, they must sail. And so we've stopped saying goodbyes on Delos. It's never goodbye. It's always until we meet again. It was a pretty easy sail for Delos and her crew, and with a steady beam reach taking us south towards Sumalan Island and our rendezvous with the whale sharks. We found ourselves a little mooring on the protected side of Sumalan Island. It was a Filipino marine national park and beautifully protected. The coral looked amazing and the water was crystal clear. But man, what a crazy drop-off. Our stern was in 7 feet of water and our bow was in over 120 feet. Luckily we had some local bonka drivers to show us this mooring. Anchoring would have been impossible here. This is gonna be awesome. We're getting Filipino cooking lessons from like real Filipino sailors, and they're gonna cook us pork adobo tonight, so it's gonna be real good. Chef! Not only did these guys show us the awesome mooring, but also told us where to find the whale sharks the next morning. Bonus! So as a show of gratitude between sailors, we asked them to come over and share a meal with us. Little did we know, they'd whip up an awesome adobo with some random ingredients we had on board.
We call it Filipino adobo.
Filipino adobo.
Morning.
Morning. Good morning.
What's going on this morning?
Going to see the whale sharks.
Big fish.
Whale sharks have a sordid history in this area, and what's happening here is a bit controversial. We heard lots of things, but here's the quick summary. At one point, whale sharks were harassed and even killed by the local peoples. We heard stories of fishermen filling their mouth with rocks to keep them competing from the same food resources. We also heard stories of dead whale sharks on the beach, their fins and meat cut off and sold to far-off markets. But it's a little bit different now. The locals have figured out that these awesome, amazing creatures are worth way more alive than dead. They make more money from tourists going to see them than anything else. So now they're very well protected, and in this particular location, hand-fed from a bonka to keep them in easy view of the tourists. The other side of the coin is that some are saying this changes the whale shark's behavior and migration patterns. Why should they hunt and migrate when all the food they need is right here? A valid point for sure, but given the other alternatives, I'm willing to say this is still less harm. Next on Delos, we run from a storm. Brady and Yasha leave Delos to go on a money-making adventure. And we explore the crazy island of Siargao.
Marinig yung silid ng hawa.
Represent Solomon Island people say we people start originally from my homeland. Like my old man said, there's nothing impossible. So we have to bring this message to my brother lyrical. Straight from the crew, out to the blue. We represent the voices of my ancestors calling. And I was getting more my culture is falling. Now we have a step up for the past 20 calling.
Our plan was to head directly west, right through the center of the Philippines, using the same route taken by the Spanish galleons centuries ago. So we hoisted sail in the light breeze and got on the move again. Our destination was the central Visayas, and most probably an island called Bohol that we'd heard some pretty cool stuff about. It was supposed to be a touristy island of sorts, and since New Year's was fast approaching, we were keen for a good party.
We try to go. No wind at all.
No wind today.
And since we are sailing from Papua New Guinea, we have no gasoil.
Yeah.
And no food anymore. So we'd like to reach. Hello.
Hi.
We'd like to reach anchorage here. And
Yeah.
we still have 1 liter left. So maybe you could help us. We've got some oil if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great. Because we ran out of oil, but we have fuel.
Yeah.
You have fuel, cool.
So it's a good trade.
Where are you heading to?
We don't know. Bohol, I think.
Huh?
Just Bohol.
Bohol? Baltic? Bohol?
Yeah, the island by Cebu.
We sorted them out with some essentials, like fuel for their outboard, and then suddenly we saw these guys, who from a distance looked remarkably like a sailing dinghy from a resort. That is, until they hailed us on the radio and asked for our assistance. Apparently they were 2 French dudes circumnavigating on a 21-footer. Can you believe that? A 21-footer. They left Papua New Guinea weeks ago and drifted through the same passage in the light breeze we are seeing. They were out of just about everything, including food and fuel for their outboard, so we turned Delos around and rafted up to see if we could give them a hand.
Thank you.
No worries.
Ain't nobody gonna stop us. People, everybody, would you listen to us for a start? No point complaining unless we're partaking. We represent the cause of the ones falling. We resemble true art when we bust the line.
Previously on Delos. We left the awesome Ocean View Marina, picked up some new crew, and started exploring some amazing Filipino islands and anchorages. After chilling out at General Luna for another few days, we decided it was time to move on.